Hey y'all, it's Vintage Vinny, and welcome to Coca Cola Tray 101, Episode 2, where I go over the differences between the original and the reproduction trays. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at the 1923 Duster Girl. So I hope while the intro was playing, you took a minute to guess which one is original and which one is reproduction. If you said that the one on the left here is original, ding, 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 we've got a winner. You are absolutely right. The original tray will always be square. If you said that the tray on the right here is a reproduction, ding, 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 we have a winner. You are correct as well. So the point in me doing this series on my channel is because I do love the Coca-Cola trays. I love just this era of advertising. It's just, in my opinion, so much more detailed, and I feel like people took a lot more time to make these items. Not that they don't today, and don't get me wrong, we have a lot of really great advertising and things with all the digital art that we're able to do that they didn't have back then, but I just like this kind of stuff better. Anywho, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show both trays up close, and then I'm going to bring just one of the trays in focus. I'll do one tray at a time. I'll show you the differences between the original and the reproduction, and what to look for. So let's go ahead and we'll check out the original tray first. Okay, so of course this is the original. Always going to be rectangular. Some of the things you want to look for are the Reg US pad-off, the trademark, and the tail of the C in Coca, as always with the original trays. Note the bright, crisp colors on this piece. Absolutely, absolutely amazing. And always look at the bottom for the markings. It says copyright, the Coca Cola Company. It says American Artworks, Inc., Coshocton, Ohio, and then made in the US of A. I was very fortunate to be able to get this tray at a really good price at an antique store in West Virginia. So I bought this along with some lucite candles and a planter. I think my total came out to $70-something. I sold the lucite candles for $54, and I sold the planter for $7. I can't remember how much my total was. It was like 70-something. 70, maybe it was like $78.50 before tax. So 54 and 7 is 61. So I only am invested into this tray now for $17 after having two things cut down my costs. See, that's what I like to say, and I don't want to go on too much about this, but if you see something in an antique store and it's a really good price, even though you're kind of paying up for it like I did with this, but you found some stuff to resell and cut down your cost of the item that you're keeping for yourself, that is one of the reasons why I love doing what I do, especially being in the antiques and the vintage world, is that I'm able to do that. So now that I sold those two items, I'm only into this piece for about $17 now, which is awesome. So yes, again, note the bright, crisp color of the Flapper Girl. And if you ever see this in this shape, you found an original. Congratulations. So now that we've got a basic idea of what to look for in the original, let's go ahead and bring in the reproduction, shall we? Okay, so there is quite a difference in the original versus the reproduction. If you ever find the ovular-shaped tray, that is a reproduction from 1973. To mark the 50th anniversary of the Roaring Twenties, Coca-Cola decided to reissue the trays of the 20s. A lot of big differences in those trays. The one that I think a lot of people would get confused are the 1925 Party Girl tray, and that will be another episode that I shoot, so keep your eyes peeled for that, because there are a lot of differences in that tray that people may get confused and think they have an original when they have a reproduction, or vice versa. So, of course, the most obvious sign that you have a reproduction is that the tray is ovular. Anytime that you find one of these ovular trays, it is a reproduction. And notice the depth of this tray as well. It's very deep compared to the originals. So up here you're going to have Coca Cola. It's hard to see, I apologize. And the trademark is going to be below, like right in between Coca Cola. And note that the image is slightly larger than in the original. Another tray that I have that I will be doing an episode on is the 1912 Brimmed Hat Girl. And with that one, the reproduction, the image is much smaller than the original. But in this case, the reproduction is larger, the image size is larger than the original. Which is weird, but that's just how it was made. And I'm not sure if this one is going to have it or not. Yes, it does, right here. It's going to say, the design of this tray is for memorabilia purposes, taken from a 1923 advertisement. Coca-Cola is a registered trademark of the Coca Cola Company, printed in the USA. Oops, is that out of focus? I apologize if it is. Printed in USA, 1973. So here's the back of it. There is actually a video on YouTube that has that depicts the promotion for this for these trays. I will link it down below in the description box. It's actually a very cool commercial and really gives you a taste of the mid-1970s. So, like I said, note the really fuzzy graphics. The image is bigger. The shape of the tray is ovular, and of course that is always going to be a reproduction. And the depth of the tray is also very deep. So now that we have looked at the differences between the original and the reproduction, I'm going to go ahead and bring them both back together and we will do a side-by-side comparison. Alrighty, so now we are going ahead and doing the side-by-side comparison. So like I said, the original image is much smaller on the tray, whereas the reproduction is larger. Note the clear, crisp colors on this one versus the reproduction, where as you can see, it's just very fuzzy and just not as colorful and fun. Again, note where the information is to spot the originals versus the reproduction on the bottom and up on top. Oop, I apologize for the glare. Let's see if I can get that to show. You're going to see Reg US Pad Off, Trademark, and the Tail of the Sea and Coca. Whereas on the reproduction, you're going to see the Reg US Pad Off underneath Coca-Cola, whereas it's not in the Tail of the Sea. And the original is not going to have this writing on the side to say that it is from 1973 and taken from a 1923 advertisement. And again, of course, the shape is a very big giveaway that the reproduction and the original are totally different. So folks, that is everything that I wanted to share with you all today. Not very long videos. I wanted to get right to the point here. And I hope that you all learned something. Take care, have a great day, and I will see you all in my next video.